Welcome back, everyone. It is Monday, March 31st in the NBA. My four best plays are on the way. As always, my name's Austin. Thanks for tuning in. And we are luckily today joined by your guys' favorite special guest. Come on out, the Broom. A 4-0 sweep on Sunday. Exactly what we needed. Continuing our hot streak. Hopefully, we can continue that once again today. As always, we begin with a victory lap. We had Stephon Castle's under in points. We took his over on Saturday, took his under on Sunday. Beautiful. It didn't even end with more than 10 points. We had Mikal Bridges over in points plus assists, another easy winner. We had that parlay of Cat to make it 3, and Jalen Green's under in rebounds. He ended with a big 2. And then our other VIP exclusive play was Julius Randle's under in 3-pointers. He ended with 1. A 4-0 sweep. We're 28-4 on unders and threes, 141 in general on unders, and we have been absolutely crushing it over the past few weeks on an 8-1 run. Hopefully, we can continue things today. Unders have been really good to us. We do have a couple overs in this video. Quietly, knock on wood, we've hit our last 4 overs. Hopefully, we can get or 3 overs. Hopefully, we can continue that. I do feel like starting to bet some overs as you go into the playoffs with a lot of teams trying hard. See amplified minutes for some guys. So there's ways you can take some unders and overs. We've been doing a really good job at it the last few days. Hopefully we can continue that. As I mentioned shamelessly in other videos, that we do offer a DubClub exclusive thing. You can join if you'd like. I give out one exclusive NBA play every day. Like I said, Julius Randle's under in threes was yesterday's. Today's is an under in points. It's already been posted. You can go check that out. Join the DubClub. I put a 14-day free trial down below. Link in description and pinned comment. Get on in there. You also typically we'll get an MLB exclusive play as well, but we're kind of easing our way into that season. Don't want to force too much action. And there's some other research tools we've been doing out there and posting those as well. So those links are down below. If you're like, Austin, I'm going to be honest, I hate the DubClub or Discord. You can get all the exclusive plays on YouTube as well. You just have to become a YouTube member. There's 2 different membership tiers. One of them is COS All-Stars. You just get the picks early. The other one is COS Hall of Famers, a little bit more expensive. You get all the plays early as well as all the exclusive plays plus the research tools. So again, all those details are down below. I just can't give out a free trial for the YouTube membership. But all that stuff is shamelessly promoting. Let's hopefully continue the hot streak and everyone's happy. Sound good to you guys? Now, let's address the comments and the elephant in the room. Yes, I am wearing the same sweatshirt as yesterday and the same boxers. All right, no, I lied about that part, but the same sweatshirt. We're back. We're ready to go. Let's hopefully continue that hot streak. And it begins testing our luck on an over on a guy that historically has not treated me nicely. I'm going to put those differences aside. Think he comes through today in a big spot. Ja Morant over 28.5 points plus rebounds, minus 110 on a FanDuel. I think this is a terrific spot for Ja Morant to go out there, score, potentially hit this over in just points alone. But given the matchup against the Celtics, it is a good rebounding spot because we know the Celtics, they chuck more threes than anyone. So when you shoot a lot of threes, you get a lot of long rebounds. And hey, let's hope the ball bounces our way. This is a short spread, 4.5. Let's hope the Grizzlies can keep this game tight. Now, Ja Morant, as I've said, historically does not like to treat me nicely, but I'm willing to look past our differences in a good spot for him. As always, you could play this at 29.5. We'll be back onto PropsMadness, our #1 research tool. Reminder, you can sign up using code COS. They'll give you 25% off. I think it's a pretty good deal. They also give out a free trial, if I'm not mistaken, too. Let's talk about Mr. Morant, who did return in his last game. Now, you can look at his chart. Been really green recently, but if you were to just look at, the last 7 games, I mean, these are in March. He did miss 2 weeks in here, so we know that, but he's been turning it on as of late. This was his game back, 30 points and rebounds. Didn't have a great game, though. I mean, you look at it, 9 for 23 shooting, missed 2 of his 5 free throws, 8 rebounds, though, which helps secure him in cash in this line, whereas if you were to back his regular over in points, sitting at a 23.5, 24.5 on a couple different books. I like the upside in the rebounds. Not that he is the biggest rebounder in the world, but he did have 8 in the last 2 games, 8 against the Lakers. Also, head-to-head wise, he had 9 rebounds versus the Celtics earlier this season. Now, as we said, we're taking points and rebounds, though. You can find that at 28.5, 29.5 on a couple bucks. He had 41 earlier this season versus the Celtics. Now it's on December 7th. 41, he played 34 minutes, right around probably what he sees today. 32 points, shot 11 for 20, got 9 rebounds on 15 rebound chances. So again, played really well. If you look at how he scores his points, first top 2 ways, you're like, Austin, that's not ideal. Transition and free throws, I get that, but free throws are kind of arbitrary. I mean, pick and roll ball handler and isolation. That's how he's going to score his points. And so I see him having a lot of opportunities today. And I think this is a smash spot in both categories, points and rebounds. We just backed Stephon Castle's over against them. He shot terribly, but the volume was there given he is a guy that drives and gets to the hoop. We think about the Celtics. I get they have Drew Holiday and those guys, but again, they stay home on shooters. They force your number one guys into high usage because they're willing to live with John Morant, either one, shooting threes. He shot 6 of them against them last time, or two, living with him driving and shooting 2-pointers while they're chucking up 600 threes on the other side. So again, I think this is a good spot for him. We just backed Castle in this matchup. I think it's an elite spot for John Morant, not only to score the basketball, but rebounding wise as well. So John Morant, first play of the day, over 28.5 points plus rebounds. You can take the points, but like I said, I think there's upside in rebounds given he probably guards Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday doesn't really do a whole lot on offense, especially given Tatum and those guys are healthy. So I think he'll be chilling weak sided. Let's hope he can grab some rebounds and the Celtics aren't missing, which would lead to a blowout anyway. So he'd be dead. Next play of the day, we have another over. I know we don't tend to back a ton of overs, but there's a chance I add some plays today, but I really like these two spots. It's kind of like the Mikal Bridges yesterday. I just felt like that line was too low. Still feel this line's a little bit too low for the claw. Kawhi Leonard over 28.5 points plus rebounds, minus 115 on DraftKings. Kawhi Leonard has turned it on as of late. And while on paper, you might look at this as a bad matchup against the Orlando Magic, I see quite the opposite. I see it as a matchup where it might be slower paced, but there's going to be a lot of opportunities for a guy like Kawhi Leonard to have to figure out some offensive possessions. We know the Clippers, not the most versatile offensive team. They are very limited in terms of we have Kawhi Leonard, we have James Harden, Norm Powell, Zubac. Outside of those guys, a lot of spot-up shooters. We have talked about this time and time again, the Orlando Magic, the number one spot-up defense in the NBA. They are really, really good at that. And again, Kawhi Leonard, can he spot up and shoot? Yes. But that's not the normal. That's not when I say Kawhi Leonard, you're thinking, oh, he's Ray Allen, spot-up shooter. It's not really his go-to thing. So I think you're going to lean on Kawhi a little bit more. I also want to know, as we're talking about this, I have no idea, number one, if Kawhi Leonard plays. Number two, if all of his teammates play. Yesterday, the Cavaliers and Clippers played, and it was a tightly contested game down to the wire, and Kawhi Leonard sat that one out. Now, did he sit it out because he's a little bit injured, or did he sit it out because he's resting the first half of a back-to-back? Your guess is as good as mine. Maybe they thought, you know what, we have a better chance of beating the Magic than we do the Clippers or the Cavaliers. We'll play you in the game we think we have a better chance of winning. So, heck, rest those other guys for all I care. Now, let's go back to Props Madness. A reminder, code COS, whatever. You're seeing 28.5. A little bit interesting, though, because his points line is 22.5 and his rebounds line is 6.5. Typically, that would equate to a 29.5 points plus rebounds. I feel like we're getting a 1-point rebound discount. But as I said, Kawhi Leonard's been insane recently, over in 8 straight games. And it's not just him barely going over, 35 points and rebounds. Now, I want to point out, sure, you could say spot up shooting is one of his primary methods of scoring, but you see Kawhi Leonard, very versatile scorer. He can score in the pick and roll, ball handler, free throws, isolation, post up. He can do it all. And the Magic are a good matchup for all these different situations. Whereas if you were to go to a guy like, let's say, for instance, if Norm Powell played today, you'd be looking at a guy that's he scores a lot in transition where the Magic don't do well or do well defensively and spot up shooting. So again, I don't see a big matchup for Norm. I see some more usage going to a guy like Kawhi Leonard. And as I said, he's been really good. If you were to look at a similar matchup, not the same, I feel like the Knicks are very similar. They have a good defender like OG Anunoby you can put on him. And he still went out there at 37 points and rebounds, played 41 minutes. The team as a whole played really well. And he got 10 rebounds as well. He's been rebounding the wall 6 rebounds here, 10. I mean, if you were to just look at his rebounds alone, had some double-digit spike rebound type games, which I like the chance of him doing here, even though it's not a great matchup. I just don't know if he's the guy that you're going to put on Banchero or Franz Wagner, or probably bring on some other guys off the bench to take care of those guys. And I think at the end of the day, we should have some opportunities here. Last year, he played the Magic twice. This one was one of his first games of the season. We know coming into the season, Kawhi Leonard, you wouldn't expect him to be on a full, as aggressive as he's right now. But he had another game, same time of year, March 29th, gearing up for the playoffs, 40 points and rebounds, 11 reps, 21 shots, 29 points as a whole. He played 38 minutes. Again, he's been playing big time minutes recently. I mean, as I said, you see these games like against the Nets, this game's a blowout, he plays 28. But again, games like OKC, 40 minutes. This game against the Knicks, 41. Kawhi, I think they need him to score here. So I really think it's a good spot to back him. I don't like taking overs. You guys know that. We've done really well on unders, but I really feel like these two plays of Ja and Kawhi Leonard, both at 28.5 points plus rebounds, are in pretty good spots. Hopefully they treat us like Bridges did last night and they come through for us. I think both those two games are pretty competitive as well, which does help us out. Now, my third play of the day is actually going to be a parlay. And when I was doing the graphic, is a themed parlay. I didn't think it was when I was cooking it up, just was picking out things I love, but ended up being a themed parlay. Let's talk about these three foreign guys. Luka, Domantas Sabonis, and Kristaps Porzingis. I had no idea we were cooking up a European parlay, but if you were to go through it, we got Slovenia with Luka, Lithuania with Sabonis, and we have Latvia with Kristaps Porzingis. A themed parlay. You look at those colors on those jerseys. How does this lose? All right, let's actually talk what the play is. The first leg is Luka Doncic to score 25 or more. Then the next two legs are Sabonis to record a double-double and Kristaps Porzingis to make one or more threes. Now, I'll begin with Kristaps. He has made a three-pointer in 28 straight games. I think realistically, if you're looking for some value, he could bang home three of them things tonight. He will likely get the Zach Edey matchup, and Zach Edey ain't coming out of the paint. So Kristaps could easily make a three in the first quarter. Sabonis, double-double. This is the guy that is normally an auto glitch for a double-double, has had some bad games given he was getting injured and limited minutes and this and that. He's normally a lock for a double-double. He plays his former team, the Pacers. Pace up spot. We're going fast up and down the court. A lot of rebounds, a lot of points. He's going to get a double-double. He's had one, I think, in 5 straight games against the Pacers. He had 20 rebounds versus them earlier this year. Very confident there. Ideally, this comes down to Luka Doncic and him getting us 25 or more. If we lose on one of the other two legs, I'm going to be a little bit pissed. But if we lose on Luka, I'm fine. Because I was going to back Luka's regular over at 29.5. And you can, if you're on a PrizePicks, Underdog, Fantasy, Betr, whatever, you can back Luka's regular over at 29.5. I like buying it down here, given I don't really think Kristaps or Sabonis is going to hurt us. Knock on wood. Let's talk about Luka Doncic, and that's the main guy that I want to touch on. Now, like I said, if his line was 28.5 points, I'm probably just backing his regular over in points. But as you can see on the screen, it has been bumped to 29.5. That's where it is on every book. Plus 105, though, here on BetMGM. Not too shabby. Now, let's talk about Luka, who in his last 11 games, if you want to point, 11, we'll put with LeBron James, last 10 games with LeBron, we're looking at a guy that's had 25 or more points in every single game. Has had some bad shooting games, like 8 for 22 here. Today, he'll face the Houston Rockets. Now, why is that important? Well, you see how Luka scores. Number 1, pick and roll ball handler. Rockets, second to worst. Third, then free throws, which kind of as a result of those. So they're not a great match for free throws, whatever. And then isolation. His top methods of scoring are tough. I honestly, if you want a different parlay for this, I like a Luka over and a LeBron under. I'll be honest, I almost bet LeBron's under. I didn't do it out of respect for the king, but I don't see him scoring and having a big, big day. Whereas I could see Luka having a big day. Now, I meant to pull this up. Luka Doncic. We'll go to, we'll bring you up. I'll show you his last 8 games. Sorry, if you're this far in the video, you're either you hate me or you forgot to turn off the video or you love me. And so I appreciate it. Look, last 8 games versus the Rockets, 39 points per game. He scored 29 or more in all these games. He's cooking them. Now, I get it. The odds of him shooting 30 times on the Lakers, probably not likely. But again, you probably get somewhere in here. I think he could easily crash over that 29.5. I just took him for 25 plus in this parlay because I like the parlay a little bit better. And because I love Sabonis, I almost took Sabonis's over on points plus rebounds. I'd rather take the double-double. And like I said, I think Kristaps makes a 3 in the first quarter tonight. The last time he faced the Grizzlies, he attempted 10 threes, made only 3 of them. We don't need 10 attempts, brother. We only need 1 make. Simple. So I really like this parlay at minus 107 on Bet365. Do I wish it was plus money? Absolutely, but I'm not going to overcomplicate things. I love Luka tonight. I love those other 2 guys in great matchups. Not asking for the world out of them. I like buying a couple points off Luka because his line could be sharp. We know he has LeBron and Reeves. These other guys that can score on his team, whereas previously with the Mavericks, he didn't. So those guys can have good days, and Luka can still get 25. I love this parlay. So officially, you got those 3 picks. Now my 4th pick of the day, which is already live. It is a DubClub exclusive play shameless promo once again. Again, you can join. 14-day free trial in the description. Get in there. Test it out. If you don't like it, don't like the research tool, the picks aren't doing it for you, you can leave. You won't even have to spend $1. But I really like what we're building there in the DubClub community. Sweating out nerfies, sweating out all these plays. Although yesterday, not really sweating. We had 4 pretty easy winners. You can join. 14-day free trial down below in the description and the pinned comment. Should be the first link. So it shouldn't be too hard. You can connect to the Discord. Get on in there. I already have an under and points listed. Hopefully, we can add some more plays throughout the day. So either way, those are my 4 favorite picks. For the next 2 or 3 minutes, I'll break down the rest of the slate and where I was looking and things of that nature. I am looking at some added plays. We might add some. As always, they might be in the pinned comment. You already have one. It's already in the DubClub. You can go get that or become a COS Hall of Famer. Let's talk about a couple of other games, and I'll get on out of here. Sound good to you? Stick around. Let's hit that like button too on the video. Thank you. Appreciate it. Let's talk about these other games. Utah and Charlotte. You got the wrong guy if you think I'm betting on this game. Nope. I'm not doing it. I just won't do it. Sacramento, Indiana, we've already talked about it. I'm looking at some Indiana props. I really like Aaron Nesmith today. I just don't know if I'd take 12.5 points. I like his threes. Threes a little bit too juiced. I could get there. I like Halliburton assists, but he's not had good numbers against the Kings. So either way, moving on. Miami and Washington Wizards. Come on. I just can't. I hate the Heat, and the Wizards are literally a disaster class. So I'm just not betting on that. We've already talked about this Clippers and Orlando Magic game. Moving on, Boston, Memphis, maybe some opportunities. There's some Ja Morant, maybe some opportunities betting some Boston props. We'll see. Like I said, I like Kristaps, 3-pointers head-to-head wise. I made 3 on 10, so he's firing it. I don't know if I'll get there. We'll see if Jaylen Brown even plays. He's currently questionable. Moving on to some other games. Chicago, OKC. I'll give you a spoiler. This is where the exclusive play is, so I'm not going to touch on that a ton. Brooklyn and Dallas. We could see the return of Daniel Gafford, so maybe you're looking at some unders and rebounds plus assists for AD, but I'm probably not getting to this team as well. Gafford coming back. Yeah, no, I probably don't want to touch that. Then Houston, LA. Again, we already have that kind of parlay there. So there's some opportunities for some added plays today. Check around the pinned comment. We might add one. I don't know if I'll do a stream tonight or today. I might not. Might just spend the time researching the slate and trying to get you guys an added play. As always, you get the added plays. They can be in the pinned comment. If you join the DubClub or Discord, it will get pinged to your phone, and I'll probably tweet them out as well. So either way, let's have ourselves a day. Let's continue the 8-1 run, and let's make that a 12-1 run. You guys in? And yes, I hold onto the broom the whole entire video. Again, thanks for tuning in. If you want to go check out our MLB video, it's on the screen. A couple more picks over there. Have a great Monday, a great end of March. I'll see you guys back tomorrow for April Fool's Day. See you then. Peace. Also, we're doing a Nerfy live stream tonight. I said that in the MLB video, 9:30. See you there. Peace.